Welcome to miniatures.de, your military miniatures magazine. In this issue, we are going to take a look at the 1:100 scale Roskopf ISU-122S assault gun, Soviet assault gun. There are two serious mistakes with this model. First of all, the casemate is much too narrow. It should extend almost to the edge of the chassis, but it doesn't. So it's relatively narrow, and the reason for this is that it was just placed on an existing tank hull that Roskopf made, and this is the other mistake. This is a KV, a Soviet KV-1 heavy tank hull, and the ISU was based on the IS, the Joseph Stalin No. 2 tank. So this is a casemate on the wrong chassis. The KV-1 did have a assault gun version, which is this one here. It's the ISU-122 assault howitzer. This works. This is a conversion that actually works. It has the same problem. The casemate is too narrow, but this gun was never mounted on the KV-1 chassis. It was only mounted on the IS-2 chassis. So this is a problem we're going to have to overlook. Overall, this is a pretty good wargaming vehicle. Nothing wrong with using this as an IS-122S in war games, if you can overlook the fact that it has the wrong running gear. The handlebars on these vehicles are just in relief. They're hardly visible. They can be painted such that they are more visible, but we decided to scrape them off and replace them with brass wire. So just drill holes into the sides of the casemate and super glue brass wire into them. The big holes in between the hull and the chassis here were filled with milliput and then sanded over. So once the vehicle is painted, it will look like it is one piece between the hull and the chassis. This used model didn't have a hatch cover, so we took a replacement part from another tank of unknown origin. This is not the original turret cover, but whatever, it's going to work. Once it's painted, it'll be just fine. The machine gun, the heavy machine gun, was broken. To fix that, we drilled a hole, a 0.5 millimeter hole, all the way through the receiver into the grip, the pistol grip. Inserted a piece of 0.6 millimeter piano wire, and then threaded a piece of plastic tubing over the piano wire as the machine gun body or the rifle barrel housing, and used another section of plastic tubing for the muzzle brake. This is the 1946 vintage muzzle brake, simply because the older World War II muzzle brake is so difficult to build in this small scale that we couldn't do it. It would have meant not having a muzzle brake on this gun at all, so we chose this one instead. So this will be fine for the Cold War period, but not for World War II. The tank gun was drilled open using a 0.8 millimeter micro drill, as was the side of the muzzle brake, just to make it look more realistic. This tank hull, the KV-1 tank hull, has a casting mistake. This part of the track cover and the tank tracks are one piece. They should not be like that. So we went ahead and engraved rudimentary lines to recreate the track. We couldn't do it perfectly just like this, but this is good enough. Once it's painted, we will be able to tell the difference between this part, which is the track cover, and then the actual track. Once that's painted, it will be okay. Here you see how the carpet rollers are still in this vehicle, and we pulled them away from this one just so the tank actually sits on its tracks. And these holes might be filled with plastic or just left like this. It's not a big deal. Okay, so that's that. We might go ahead and add another handlebar right here so the tank riders can have something to hold on to when they're seated on the back of the ISU-122. Oh, there you have it. A relatively cheap vehicle, often available at online auctions and flea markets, easy to paint and fun to game with. Thank you for watching, and you're welcome to visit us on our website at miniatures.de.